Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. News coming out of France today from L'Equipe is that Everton have broken off talks with Paris Saint-Germain over the transfer of Idrissa Gueye. The two clubs apparently can't make it work at the moment. The player and Everton apparently have everything agreed, but for whatever reason, there seems to be a stumbling point for the two clubs. It was rumoured yesterday. It was whether Paris Saint-Germain wanted a fee for the player. It was believed that they didn't want a fee for the player, and now they do. But apparently Everton have broke off negotiations. Both clubs are hoping that this can be finalised before transfer deadline day in a couple of weeks. This will be seen as a negotiation tactic. But it was also Frank Lampard's press conference ahead of tomorrow's game against Nottingham Forest, and here's what he had to say about Idrissa Gueye.
Is there anything you can tell us as regards what is happening with Gueye?
No. Good try.
But it has been dragging on for so long, Frank. I mean, obviously, it seems to be that he's someone that you're looking to bring in.
So he's a player for PSG. It's as simple as that. You can draw your own conclusions.
I've got a list of names here as well. I don't think there's any point going through them, is there?
You can go back to Anthony Gordon if you want. You get the same answer.
Yeah, so there you go. Frank not saying much, not giving anything away about incoming players to Everton. Doesn't want to be drawn on the situation till players are officially Everton players. So there you go. A player who obviously has been rumoured all week with leaving the club, Anthony Gordon. Obviously, a apparent bid was turned down from Chelsea, and obviously at the press conference today everyone wanted to talk about Anthony Gordon and find out what was going on with him.
First of all, I'm going to speak about Anthony Gordon. How likely do you feel it is he will still be an Everton player once the window shuts, given obviously Chelsea have been in and made that bid for him?
Yeah, he's an Everton player, isn't he? So I don't want to talk about likely or hypothetical questions of what may be. He's an Everton player. He's got a huge value to the team for me at Everton. We saw that in his progress last season when I got here and felt that on the pitch as a massive player in the squad. He's obviously a huge, valuable asset for the club, one that we've actually developed ourselves and come through. So there's a link to the fans, a link to the club. That's the story of Anthony Gordon.
So there you go, Frank being... it's hard to actually know what Frank Lampard thinks. He said Anthony Gordon is an Everton player right now. It doesn't mean he won't be in a couple of weeks. And he was also asked whether, he thought, would he rather have a striker or would he rather have Anthony Gordon? And he basically said he'd like both. So he said, he's an important player and we'll see what happens. And I imagine he'll be starting tomorrow for Everton, and hopefully every blue hopes that Anthony Gordon has a really good game against Nottingham Forest. One player that does seem destined to go, who certainly in the last couple of days there's been a lot of talk about, is Dele. A move to Turkey has been muted, and we talk of a loan. Let's hear what Frank Lampard had to say about that.
Also ask what's happening with Dele Alli now, and is it likely that he's going to be going to Besiktas now, or could it be elsewhere? What's the situation?
Well, there's interest in Dele. I think that's come out publicly in the last couple of days. I think that's one for us behind the scenes to consider ourselves, and obviously Dele has to consider that. And for him to go, it'll have to be the right situation for everybody.
So according to Frank Lampard, that does seem more likely that will happen. But it'll be interesting to see whether it's done before tomorrow and whether Dele is in the squad for the game. It is a bit of a blow not having Dele available for this game if he hasn't signed for Besiktas. Certainly with the striker situation at Everton, Rondon is available obviously to play tomorrow, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still not available. He is back on the grass, he is training, but here's what Frank Lampard had to say about the search for a striker.
Clearly, though, Frank, you want to bring in forward options as well. It's the 1st of July effectively that Richarlison joined Spurs, so 7 weeks since he left. No striker's been brought in. Fans are obviously worried that hasn't been addressed as well. So what can you say that will ease the fans' fears and maybe give them some belief that something will happen to rectify that before the deadline?
Yeah, well, firstly, we've got one of England's main centre-forwards in our squad that got injured 3 days before the Chelsea game. So I think those weeks after Richarlison are not that valid. The club has to look at different areas of the team that we wanted to strengthen, and it wasn't just that. And nobody saw the Dominic injury coming with Salomon Rondon, who was suspended for the first game, that's now available. I think it's definitely an area of the pitch in forward areas that we do want to strengthen, and we have to make sure if we strengthen, it's the right player at the right time to improve the squad. And there's a lot of clubs in similar situations, a lot of clubs, and we're one of those.
There you go, Frank Lampard having his say. Slightly worrying comments, I thought, from him today, suggesting that Everton weren't in the market for a striker until Dominic Calvert-Lewin got injured. To me, I found that really strange. After selling Richarlison, I think one of the most important positions on the field will be a striker or someone playing off the striker. So again, he said on many occasions, the last couple of weeks of the window are going to be very, very busy, but Everton seem to just be grabbing at things at the moment. There was a link this morning saying that we went for Morgan Gibbs-White late before he moved to Nottingham Forest. Those kind of stories I find very, very strange, considering how desperate we are for a centre-forward. And yes, he said Dominic Calvert-Lewin is back on the grass, but his injury record in the last year or so suggests that we can't rely on him for the entire season, and obviously we've had to start the season without him. So it does look like we're in the hunt for him now, and hopefully Everton can get one over the line in the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'm sure fans will be feeling quite despondent about that. Frank Lampard, of course, was also asked about the injury situations for tomorrow's game. Here's what he said.
In terms of the injury list at the moment, Decore, have you got a timescale on him? And Alan, is he fully fit? Yeah.
Alan's fit. Alan's in the squad. He's back, and he's missed games in pre-season. Obviously, he's missed that part, so we're trying to get him match fit. But he's a really good pro, and he's fit, ready to go. Decore is probably going to be about 3 weeks from now.
So yeah, Decore out for 3 weeks. Alan is available, and the manager also said that Onana wasn't quite match fit, but we'll have to wait and see what he does tomorrow. It's another blow. Having no Yerry Mina, no Ben Godfrey, no Decore, obviously no Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That's the spine of the team that we thought in the pre-season was going to be was going to lead us forward for most of the season. Well, maybe not Mina, but with having Tarkowski in there. So, another disappointing blow, another change to the team. It'll be, as I said, it will be interesting to see what he does, whether he brings in Onana or he brings in Allen for this game. Make sure to check out my starting 11 on the Starting 11 show. That will be available on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. So, Everton, desperate for players. It does seem that way, and the next couple of weeks could be very busy, but hopefully they fit in with whatever strategy Everton are using to bring those players in. And Everton have been linked with another player today, Mohamed Kudus of Ajax. He's attacking midfielder, Ghanaian attacking midfielder, 22-year-old. Hasn't played that many games for them, and I think last season was actually at their second team. So he's been linked with Everton today on loan, of course. So we'll have to wait and see if there's anything in that. But listen, there's going to be lots and lots of rumours in the next few weeks. Lots of strikers are going to be linked with Everton, and obviously, as we spoke about earlier, can Everton get that Idrissa Gueye deal over the line? It seems like everyone wants it done, but they've got to be the right terms, of course. You'll find out here on Toffee TV and on our socials at Toffee TV ESC, and on our website toffeetvesc.com as well. Make sure you check that out. That has everything on it. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want more great videos, daily live videos, join us on Toffee TV Premier. The link is in the description, and it'll be on the screen in a moment. See you later.